lately. Beautiful Christmas. Looking forward to a great New Year and New Year's Eve. Hint, it's my birthday. Just in case. Yeah, December 31st is in fact my birthday. But folks, join me in exactly 1 hour at 1 o'clock Eastern. The link is on our Facebook page, facebook.com/TopGunOptions. Right down here, you can click on go.topgunoptions.com/FT. That stands for Full Throttle Webinar. Or you can go over to my Twitter page at WizCheck6, and it's right here at the top. You can click this link to register for our 2018 Strategic Investment Brief. We're going to do a quick debrief of 2017. If you guys thought 2016 was good here at TGO, 2017 made it look embarrassing. We had a great 2017, nailed the election of Trump, nailed the market rally, and we've been knocking it out of the park. So join me here in a little bit, and we'll cover all this stuff, folks. A lot of stuff going on overseas. Just because the liberal media or we're not covering it here in the United States doesn't mean it's not happening. We got our satellites showing that the Chinese are in fact giving oil to North Korea and going around sanctions that they've agreed to. Shocked to know this is going on. Why do we care about this, Wiz? Well, if you're at TGO, and like I said, we'll talk about this at 1 o'clock. We invest in FXI, the iShares large cap China, and I've always said, hey, before Trump takes an actual shot at North Korea, one would think that he's going to maybe take some soft shots at at China, saying, hey, really sit on these guys before we have to punch them in the face. Well, they're not really sitting on these guys, so Trump might, as he campaigned, he said, hey, day one, I'm going to label these guys a currency manipulator when he gets in office. He didn't. Obviously, he's a negotiator, and, that was a little bit of bluster, but this could be dangerous for our China trade, and we'll talk about that at 1 o'clock. One of the North Korean soldiers that defected recently, he's got anthrax vaccinations. So guess what? Those ballistic missiles, there's no nuclear war coming, Wiz. Well, guess what, man? He can infect a bunch of his dudes, give them first-class tickets to walk around Chicago, Seattle, Sandog, Miami, Dallas, New York, and 50 million Americans are dead. This can happen, folks. Okay, and it's my job to scare the hell out of you. So if it doesn't happen, we're pleasantly surprised. But we got to be hedged and ready for these bad things to potentially happen. Syria is still a hot spot. Iran and Saudi Arabia are still taking shots at each other. Yesterday, an L-39 Albatross, which I fly, folks. I fly this in South Florida. An L-39 got shot down, and you can watch this video right here. It's awful. So I fly this plane in South Florida, and it got shot down. So it's a very, very dangerous time. We're going to talk about emerging markets and where we're going to invest. We have a couple Captain Kirk trades. I guess you're not going to call China an emerging market, but Brazil is one of our emerging market trades that we'll cover in our brief. Good article in the journal about how the U.S. economy can't keep surprising stock investors. I take a little bit of issue with this because we've been hitting on all cylinders lately, but every once in a while we get one of these. Consumer confidence plunges as hope, quote unquote, plunges to 13-month lows. So, I get what the journal's saying. We keep getting all this great news and on jobs and tax reform and everything like that. We just can't, keep hitting on all cylinders. Well, I got to be honest with you, I disagree with this. Even if the recovery remains healthy in 2018, it can't continue to surprise. I get that. It's surprising to idiots, I guess, Jim Paulson. Everybody knows that dude. It's surprising if you didn't predict that Trump would win and the market rally. I did. It's not surprising me. We knew this at TGO, and we had our portfolios positioned appropriately. U.S. stocks are a little changed as volumes remain muted. Obviously, between Christmas and my birthday, things are a little just hanging out-ish, and there's really there's low volume. If you're in the Urgent Alert service, which many of you are, as my members, I sent out a bear call spread. A 2-week bear call spread on Tesla yesterday, and it's up about $800 in a day since I sent out that alert yesterday. Tesla's down another 1.9%. We put it on yesterday. There you go, man. There's that Tesla falling knife. We're not going to catch that. We're going to pound the hell out of it to the downside. So $700 gift for all my TGO members in one day if you're in the Tesla trade. We'll talk about Bitcoin today, too. Obviously, all the holiday parties, Christmas parties, everything this week. Everybody asked me about Bitcoin, which means that's why I'm not in it. So if the waiters and waitresses are asking me how to get in Bitcoin and how they take physical delivery of it, I'm staying away from it. I get it. I get cryptocurrencies. I get all that stuff. When people realize that there's going to be thousands, maybe, of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin will eventually go to zero. We're not necessarily to zero. It'll find its market. And the people who don't understand what a market is and try to get out of it are going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. So what else do we have going on here? Good Christmas, good 4 or 5% over last year. I get the iPhone getting a little kicked in the gut, and Apple not getting the best news. We'll talk about Apple here in a little bit. And that's about it. I got to get ready for the 1 p.m. Lecture. As I said, I'm still cautiously bullish. We're in a kind of a holding pattern over O'Hare right now, waiting for the next leg up. Trump's going to move on to infrastructure spending, and that's got to be bullish for everybody. Even the Democrats can't fight him on infrastructure spending. Moose, Rocco, the unions, cement, steel, building stuff. Folks, that's the Democrats. That's their bread and water right there. And if they're not going to support that, they're really going to look stupid, as stupid as they look for not supporting 80% of us getting some of our hard-earned money back. Try running on that. That just makes no sense. Join me at 1 o'clock, folks. Go.topgunoptions.com/FT-webinar, and I'll see you at 1. And we're going to talk about how we're going to crush 2018.